Hey everyone, it's been a while. I'm sorry for the iPhone video here, but I was rushing to get it right before my final critique started. As you can see, I actually stretched the painting over a CRT that I gilded, and the CRT's little DVD player there actually plays the audio of the interview, which is a cool way to merge the interview and the painting itself. I don't have a time-lapse of this painting, unfortunately, but instead I'll have VoDs playing over the video, and the original owners and links are going to be in the description there. So I just want to do a quick thanks for that. Talk to you at the end of the video.
Hello everyone, Soda here, and welcome to my fourth interview and painting. And this time I have the Swiss Luigi main, Jah Ridin. And how are you doing today?
Hello, Chad. Yeah, going great. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for coming on with me. And so today we're going to talk about my next painting that's going to be the most recent one that's updated or uploaded, which again, like the last interview, we haven't done the painting yet. We actually haven't even decided on the moment. So in the interview, we're going to be discussing that, and we're going to talk about the narrative that I choose, and then you'll see the moment on screen, and you'll probably be watching a time lapse as you're listening to us right now. So that is just giving you a heads up on where we stand at the time of this interview, because I have taken a break from painting just to catch up and settle back into Canada. So first thing I want to start with is you're a Swiss player, and not many people know about the scene in Switzerland. Starting with the most simple of questions, is it a big scene? How many people show up to your locals?
So, one would say that it's a big scene. It's pretty small. Even the country is pretty small. Now we gain like a regain of growing, of growing, because there is Colosseum who's a monthly in Basel. Now it was the second time last weekend, and because it's in Basel, a lot of German player and French player come, and it's a really quality event. And it motivates a lot. It motivates a lot player from Switzerland, because since like maybe 6 months, even 1 year, we didn't get a really good tournament. So it was a bit more, how do you say?
Larger?
No, it was just like nothing was moved anymore. It was just like flat in Switzerland. Yeah, stagnant. Exactly. And so we are about, I can say like 40, 50 active player.
That's not bad.
And more if you count the non-active or just not on a regular basis, it's way more. It's more about 80, I guess.
Nice. And so that's 40 that will show up to these monthlies.
Yeah, we get 48 participants last weekend. And it was full, really full. So it's next time it will be 64. So maybe we can reach it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's nice to see that you guys are growing. And just as some background on you, how long have you been playing Melee?
First tournament was in summer 2013. So it was also the first tournament of the new Swiss scene of Melee. Because we got a scene in 2009 and something. They were just like 10 players reactive. And since 2009, we got only 4 players who are still active now. So that was the scene since 2009 to 2013. And I recreated a Facebook group. I tried to find all the school player and find a new player with, the beginning of the Melee at Evo and documentary. It was all the same summer. And we do the first tournament of the new Swiss scene, who was my first tournament in August of 2013.
Wow, that's awesome. Like to see like that the documentary really reached everywhere, because a lot of people only really think of it as in the American or North American scene. So it's really nice to kind of get a good example of the documentary kids being worldwide, which some people might overlook a little bit. So that's cool. Thank you for that. And so right now, if I am correct, you're ranked number 1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, and how long have you been at the top?
It's hard to tell because uh, we don't have like the other really good player is well, there is Alain and there is AE. And AE didn't do a tournament since more than 1 year. And it was in Beast and before that in Helix, but in Switzerland he didn't do a tournament since like 2 years or something like this. He played a lot in friendlies, etc. But not in tournament. And before we just took Smash Ranking, European Smash Ranking, and on it I was number one since Helix, I guess. So September 2015,
Okay,
something like this.
Nice. So
But internationally, we can say I'm the best. We can argue that because I have better placement in general.
right. And you also travel a fair amount. We actually met at Beast in Sweden. And
Yeah.
so do you have other people that travel with you? When people think of the Swiss scene, do they get to see many people, or are you the one that's doing the most traveling?
Recently, I have some new smasher who's new, like 1 year or two, who's coming with me, Connie and Draymond. Yeah, there is multiple players who come sporadically to big tournament, and Alain is moving a lot since last year. He came to 2 or 3 tournaments outside Switzerland. So yeah, we got like five, 6 player who's moving a bit. Yeah, I think so.
Nice, that's awesome. That's also important, right? To see that it's multiple people traveling. It's nice to see. I know one of my previous interviewees, Isdar. He's one of the few people that actually travels from Greece, and he said he's lucky to have 1 or 2 people travel with him.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I think that's a little bit of a pattern in some of the smaller scenes, but it's nice to see you're saying like 4-ish maybe rotating. I think that's a good number. Great place to start at. And
yeah, just at the beginning I was only traveling because a friend of mine pushed me to Pone, and after he quit Switzerland, and I really it breaks my travel a lot. And after I begin to travel alone, but it doesn't I didn't do that often. And pretty quickly there was other smasher who was really motivated. But I got the chance to didn't have to travel alone, a lot.
Nice,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nice. I'm really glad to hear that. And so right now I'm going to just go right into some of the painting and some of the context that we've been talking about on Facebook and what we talked about before we started recording here. So right now the tentative title for the painting is An Action Worth 1,000 Words. And what I want to play with is the narrative of speaking within Smash Brothers and speaking within the game, and the idea that it doesn't really matter what language you speak when you're playing Melee. And so I'm approaching you with this because Switzerland is a very multilingual or bilingual country. And correct me if I'm wrong here, you have 4 official languages in Switzerland?
Nice one. Yeah,
nice.
It's true.
I'm glad. See, I do some research here. And also, just so the people know, you are from the French area.
French part.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that explains the accent if anyone's curious.
Exactly.
But
easy one.
So what I noticed at Beast, being a native English speaker and being even just North American, I found it really funny to see players interact in their third, or well, some of them third, but at least their second language. And the fact that you only can communicate with your second language, both people are speaking English, which is it's broken English, and it's interesting to hear as a native English speaker. But I kind of want your perspective here, because your country has multiple languages and you're traveling and speaking your second language. Do you find it's easy to communicate with people at tournaments in English, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah. So it's of course always more complicated to speak not my first language, and I don't consider myself really good in English, so I've yeah maybe harder time than the other to be like to fully express myself in English. I can like communicate, but after doing joke, irony to have all the thing, the word fluent, yeah, it's break a bit like the some part of the communication, of course, yeah.
Right.
But at the end, it's all right. Uh, we can we can have a friendship, and yeah, no, that's cool.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. And so, just in direct comparison to that, I really liked how you said it's sometimes hard to express yourself or express like some of your feelings. When you're playing Melee, can you communicate that? Is the communication easier with in-game tactics or in-game decisions? Do you find that's even easier than speaking English?
Um, mm, it's maybe about the same. Yeah, maybe about the it's complementary.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's interesting. So, something I just want to introduce to the viewers here, or it's an idea that most of us will know, but styling in Melee, or styling is when you're doing something that is extra flashy and looks very cool, but it might not be the best option. And that's one of the forms of communication we have in game because you're kind of telling the opponent maybe you're better than them, or I just know this is going to work. I know what you're going to do. And there's that form of communication. Do you have any sort of example of when you might have done that or something that along those lines?
So I'm not too much in styling play because I'm really like more perfect punish, and I try to optimize and styling and reading is not part of my most of my play. Now since like maybe 1 year, I really try to integrate more read and listening to my opponent, what he want to do, etc. It's really something I try to improve. Since I met Abate, who's totally not in Punish game, but only on playing in the moment player. Bref, about styling, so yeah, I do it like sometimes, but yeah, it's not too much my thing. It's not too much my thing.
Okay, that's understandable. I was mostly just using that like as an example of the ways we communicate in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that doesn't line up perfectly, but you can definitely relate to in-game communication like that, right?
I can tell you that if someone is styling on me, I'm not I don't have no reaction. I really feel me, and the best way as to make me style is styling on me, because I want really to style on the other after me. And it's a part of styling too, that you want to do to make you stupid thing. Maybe Jagov, a French player, was always taunting in tournament, and even in real match, he's just taunting randomly sometimes to just make you trigger, so you do stupid shit or you'll be too much impatient.
Right, yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't use styling too much, but I'm really affected by it, and I try
Perfect.
to be like no, I don't fall in the trap. I stay straight like a rock or whatever, and I do my optimized shit.
Right, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and thank you. That's another great example of how we communicate without actually saying words, and it's just in the game. And
Yeah.
so maybe if we stray away from styling, is there a moment that kind of stands out to you that you had kind of told an opponent something with just your play? Is there like a match that I can look at for the painting or something that really stands out to you when you did that?
So I did two things. There is one combo that I really love but it's not really styling. It's more It's more just a bit of luck, and it's really aesthetic. I do a quadruple backflip with Luigi to nair to a B. That's a good one. Another one, I did like kind of a non pop-off, you know, when non the player is, he just did a four-stock comeback. He didn't move at all, you know. He just moving a bit his head, etc. I did it on a four-stock on FD after a sick chain grab to up tilt to a B again in the air, and I just whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think right now I'm immediately kind of connected to that second one when you're not really reacting, because that really says something about like what we're talking about, the communication in game versus your outer communication. And so can you just give me a little bit more details about that? You can send me the YouTube link later, but can you just tell me who that was against and where it was?
So it was against Eiffage, Rondoudou, and anciently Gandalf player. It was in Gras 7. You know, it's a French tournament in Grenoble. It's near Switzerland. And the story about it's, I did this combo against his Falco because against me, I destroy his Puff, I destroy his Ice Climber. But last time, not last time, but last but one, he beat me with Gandalf, his Ancient main, because I don't know the matchup, and it should be a hard matchup for, not hard, but not easy for Luigi, you know? And when I meet again at the next tournament, so last one, he played Gandalf again, but on FD, you know that he has no chance with Gandalf when there is no platform. So he just try Falco, and I begin to destroy him, and I finished him with that hook combo, and that's where I was like, man, what the fuck? You don't have better than this, you know, something like that.
So that's really interesting, and to kind of try and relate it back a little bit to the narrative idea. So in the game, did you feel like you were kind of just on top of the world and you knew like you were really feeling like you had won? Is that true to how you were feeling? Like you were feeling really good?
Like, no, it was still like a kind of a secondary of Eiffage, you know. If I wrecked four stock a secondary, it's more about, man, don't disrespect me with a shitty secondary like that, more than just really, oh man, I forsook you Falco. No, but yeah, it's a good feeling, of course. Anyway.
Yeah, that also makes sense. That also fits well into the narrative. I'm just making sure that we're on the same page here. So it was more about like your pride there, and you didn't even pop off because it's a secondary and because of
just like, what did you expect?
Right.
About this? Yeah, nothing special there.
Yeah, okay, I definitely get that. Yeah, so you're kind of like, you showed like all this confidence in the game, but you didn't even need to say anything at that point. Yeah. Perfect. That's really good. I really like that, and I'm really excited to look into that, and I'll get that. I think that's going to be the moment that I work with. And so just based off that and kind of just going off the top of my head here, do you agree with the title, An Action Worth 1,000 Words? Do you agree that that kind of makes sense?
Yeah, that's... Yeah. I don't have to say too much about it, but yeah, that's true, and we heard a lot from PPMD and other top players that Melee is a big conversation, big communication between two players, and that fit the game.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought up that quote. I'll make sure to have it in the description for anyone watching the video. PPMD is definitely someone that has said that multiple times, and I'm really glad you brought that up. Thank you for that. So if anyone's interested in those conversations or those writings and interviews, I'll have that for you. But that's awesome. Like, thank you very much. I'm really glad that we were able to work through that kind of connection, and I'm glad that we got there through the idea. And thank you for not not being shy to say that this is what you were thinking, and I appreciate that honesty with me. So thank you.
Thank you.
And so I think that's actually going to kind of wrap up what I have planned for the conversation here. I'm going to be showing the time lapse over top of this, so everything should be wrapping up soon in the video. And so right now I'm just going to give you an opportunity. Do you have any shout outs or links that you would like me to add to the description, or anyone you want to thank?
So I can thank everybody who's part in the Swiss community, of course. I would like to shout out the TOs of the new monthly in Basel, and because that's pretty awesome that we got 48 tournament and maybe even 64 players in that region, because it's in Switzerland and it's way bigger. No, it's not way bigger, but for a monthly, that's really good, because if Lyon players they would to come last one, so maybe then come the next one, plus all Freiburg, Baden-Württemberg player, and other part of France. It's like really a great occasion, not even for Switzerland, but also for the around region, and it's from Switzerland, in Switzerland, in our small community. So I'm really, I don't want to say proud, it's a bit patriarchal, but I'm really glad and happy that we have those TO who really try to get quality event for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. You always got to thank TOs. A lot of people forget to do that. And just so I can include it on the either on the screen or in the description, where is that streamed?
It's not streamed yet. That's the big con of the tournament. It's recorded. It's not streamed yet. They try to figure out to get some stuff to get a good stream and commentators. But yeah, and I just want to try to shout out to also my sponsor, my team, Homondi Gaming, and to support me, and of course girlfriends and family.
Perfect, thank you. And so since this interview might go up in a couple months, I'll definitely check back in with you to see if they're streaming now. By the time the video's up, and I'll put it on the screen. And if not, I will include the YouTube links for everybody. So if you want to check out some of the play, you'll be able to see that. And also, I'll check in again once we're a little bit closer to this video going up. Right now, there will be some of the tournaments that Jah Ridin is going to be at soon, and places that you can see him play at. That should be on the screen now, so you'll at least be able to take a look at this Luigi here. So thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate your input and letting me or giving me an idea. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you a lot. I'm really glad to be part of your project.
Thank
you. Really make me happy. Yeah.
Hello again, Soda here. First off, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I know Jah Ridin has a pretty strong accent, and if anyone's interested in subtitles, please let me know. That's pretty easy to set up. Also, if you have any questions about the art and why I added game, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to share. Other than that, I can promise that I'll be active on my channel because this semester is all about painting for me. Lastly, like, comment, and subscribe. It all goes a long way for me, and if you want updates, you can follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much. See you later.